And here you are, Simon, in action on Britain's Got Talent.
What is your talent, David?
I play an ashtray with the key.
Prime Minister Rupert arrives home after a long day's work. He then heads into the drawing room. Rupert, come on then.
He doesn't like the buzzers, he doesn't buzz.
Well, judging the nation with you are Amanda Holden and Piers Morgan. Well, now, Piers, as a journalist of long standing, how do you explain the Simon Cowell phenomenon?
All I'll say about Simon is, I took him recently to Downing Street to have dinner with Gordon Brown.
Oh, sorry, you just dropped a huge name.
We took him to Downing Street, where you'd imagine that Gordon Brown, sitting there, would be the one leading the table. But as the first course was served, it became rapidly clear that another member of the gathering thought he was running the country, Mr. Cowell. Maybe we've got the wrong Prime Minister, I don't know. I mean, it's not too late, Simon.
I'm open to offers.
Absolutely. Don't do that. Why not?
Amanda, tell me about the chemistry between you and Simon.
Well, yes, it does remind me a little bit of my old chemistry teacher. No, it's all good fun, Trevor. It's business, isn't
Actually,
it,
she's
Simon?
very good on this show, surprisingly.
Why, surprisingly?
Because you weren't really hired for an opinion. You were hired because you were cute. And I think this is a compliment. No, it's a compliment, but you were very good. You surprised us.
Well, now, Britain's Got Talent followed the success of the US version, America's Got Talent. And the host of that show is here tonight. Would you please welcome Jerry Springer? Can you put your finger on the reason, the secret of Simon's success in America?
I don't know that anyone who is not from America has a better understanding of what makes American pop culture work than Simon. Not since Alistair Cook and David Frost understood American pop culture. The truth is, America doesn't have talent. But next to me, everyone appears to have some. So that's why I'm the host of the show.
Thank you, Jerry Springer, Piers Morgan, and Amanda Holden.
His name was Simon, he was a showman.
Simon, this is your life, but the fact is, ever since I've known you, I've sort of wanted your life to be maybe my life.
You're smart, and you're sexy, and you are my American Idol. Well, you're not American.
You know, when people think of you, they probably think of pop music, the charts, and world domination.
You're the king of television, the king of show business.
Keep doing it your way.
Welcome back. Simon, I think it's true to say that you didn't become an international star until you were 43. With that came the image and perhaps the behavior of a playboy bachelor. But things appear to have become a little quieter recently. For the past 5 years, you've shared your good life on both sides of the Atlantic with your girlfriend, a model, and
Linda.
television presenter. And of course, she's here tonight.
Linda.
Terry Seymour.
Oh. Hello, darling.
Hello, darling.
How are you?
Terry, how did you tame him?
I don't know if I've actually tamed him. I wouldn't say tamed him. I think it just works because we have so much fun.
What is it like living with Simon Cowell?
Everybody always says to me, you know, is Simon as rude and obnoxious at home as he is on TV? And I can absolutely say, yes, he is. He loves the attention. He loves it.
That's not true.
You adore the attention.
That's not true.
does.
Can I just say, Terry, after 5 years, I just want to say publicly, you are such a lucky person. No, I wanted to say that. I've been meaning to say that for a long time.
Every day I wake up and think how lucky I am.
Don't mention it.
Thank you, Terry.
See you later.
So, Simon Cowell, this is your life. You were born in 1959 and you grew up in Elstree in Hertfordshire. Your mother had been a dancer. Your late father, Eric, an estate agent and a quantity surveyor. So, for a few home truths now, may I ask you please to welcome your mother, Julie, your brothers, John, Tony and Nicholas, and your sister, Jude. Julie, were there any early signs of the very self-opinionated Simon Cowell that we know now?
I think so, yes. And we lived in Elstree, near the film studios, and Jerry Blattner was head of Warner Brothers, and we met lots and lots of famous people, Liz Taylor and Richard Burton, all the rest of them. And we were all included in these parties. Of course, Simon didn't realise how famous they were. But of all the amusing ones to me, well, Beck Davis used to ask him to sit on her knee.
Did your meeting with all those stars, did that inspire you to a business or career in show business?
Oh, my God, yeah. We used to look over the garden fence and see all these, you know, good-looking people having great parties. And even when I was younger, I thought, absolutely, I want to get into show business when I'm older. Yeah.
Now, how pronounced was the sibling rivalry between you guys?
He was always very jealous of me. I think still is, in a way. I think it started when I was very young. He gave me a crew cut, and Mother went absolutely mad, but I've got my own back on many times. In fact, once, when he went on holiday, we painted his house, and we named it a restaurant after him called the Wang King.
And we can have a look at it now.
Wasn't funny.
Throughout your career, Simon, you've remained very close to your family, and they, in turn, have always given you their support. The importance of that family solidarity was never more evident than in 1999, just as your latest signing, Westlife, were taking off. Now, Father Martin Morgan, you were very close to the family, and it should have been a very happy time for the Cowell family, wasn't it?
Yeah, but actually, as Simon was flying to Boston and Westlife had become #1, that was when Eric, his father, died. And I remember the next morning being at the family, and there was a big debate about whether they would spoil Simon's success by telling him about his father's death. But I think I managed to persuade them to ring him because I thought that he would always put family before the business, and certainly would put his father much higher than the business.
So sadly, Simon, it went from the best day of your life to the worst.
Yes, it was. And I really want to thank you, Father Martin, for everything you did at that time. You're a good friend.
Now, it was your father who predicted that Westlife record would go to #1.
He did, actually, yeah. I remember playing him the record, and, you know, we'd signed the group, and he had a fantastic ear for music, my dad. And I played him this song, and he said, they'll go at #1, and just the horrible irony attached to that. But he spotted it, yeah.
It must sadden you a little bit that he's not around now to enjoy all this enormous success that you have.
Of course. Yeah, but he was, you know, my best friend, and he gave me so much good advice. You know, I'll never forget that.